Alright guys, I'm gonna come clean. I am incredibly negative about just about everything related to Green Day. So now comes the point where I question whether I even like this band at all anymore, or if I even did in the first place. And the truth is, yes, I do like Green Day. And you wanna know why? You want definitive proof about why this is my favourite band of all time? Well, it all comes down to one record. Said record is one of the most beloved rock albums of all time. It is only known by one word. Said word, Dookie. So before we get to the record itself at hand, I need to briefly explain where Green Day were before the album came out and afterwards. Just hold on for a second. Basically, Green Day are an American pop-punk band who were also one of rock's biggest groups in recent memory. They've released 14 studio albums, have sold hundreds of millions of records around the world, and are also one of the only pop-punk groups to be inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, and have also made some of the most recognisable rock songs ever, such as Basket Case, When I Come Around, American Idiot, Boulevard of Broken Dreams, 21 Guns, Wake Me Up September Ends, and many, many more. And where did all this massive mainstream success come from? Well, it all came from their third studio album, Dookie, released in 1994. Dookie was a pretty controversial album during its pre-release build-up. Why? Well, back in the early 90s, Green Day was one of the most popular bands at this little club in Berkeley, California by the name of 924 Gilman Street, alongside many other local punk groups of the time such as Operation Ivy, Jawbreaker, and Neurosis. During this time period, Green Day released 2 albums under the independent label Lookout Records, and had seen massive success in the underground community thanks to it, with their second album, Kerplunk, released in 1991, having sold 20,000 copies by the end of 1992. Kerplunk's massive success in the underground community eventually attracted the attention of major labels, leading Green Day to sign with Reprise Records in 1993. This was a majorly unpopular decision in the underground community, many calling Green Day sellouts and eventually even banning them from entering Gilman entirely, since that was one of the main rules of the venue, no major labels. It was DIY or bust. This event would later inspire songs like 86 and Platypus I Hate You. Green Day were stuck between a rock and a hard place. They were now shunned by the same people who had been praising them the week before, and now they had a major label record in production. If this record failed, it was all over. And did it fail? Yes, but not for long. Dookie sold roughly 9,000 copies within its first week. Quite the step down for Kerplunk, which despite being released under an independent label managed to sell 10,000 copies on its first day. Turns out, this whole major label thing might not work. Or will it? Dookie would later skyrocket in popularity, selling over 500,000 copies by June of 1994, leading to Green Day playing a mud-soaked set at Woodstock 94 that year alongside other bands like Metallica, Sheryl Crow, Red Hot Chili Peppers, and fucking Aerosmith. Green Day had gone from just another underground punk group to one of music's biggest forces in less than half a year. I imagine it was truly something to behold at the time. Dookie has since become one of the most highly regarded and highest selling rock albums of all time, catapulting Green Day to levels of success that only few bands have seen since, going on to sell over 20 million copies by 2013. All I can say is, all you normie fans who only know this band because of American Idiot, thank this album for its existence. Green Day would simply not exist today without Dookie. And yeah, no shade to those other albums, American Idiot is an incredible time, but Dookie is more important and thus it's a little better. You get me? Anyway, enough history. On to the actual album, starting with...
This song's about you. This song's called Burnout. Ready? I declare I don't care no more. I'm burning up.
Alright, so, say you've just bought this album. You've literally never heard a single Green Day song before. This very album will be your introduction to the band. First impressions are everything, so how exactly does Dookie introduce itself? Like this. Dookie is a very loud and punchy album, so it only makes sense that the opener would reflect that, and it sure does. Burnout is incredible. Not actually feeling Burnout, that shit sucks. I mean the song Burnout from this album. It is an immaculate opener and perfectly sets up the themes and overall style across this album's other tracks. As the name suggests, Burnout is a song about, well, feeling burnt out. You feel pessimistic and sick of everything. Be prepared to hear that a lot, as this album is mostly about feeling bored a lot. This song honestly feels like Dookie's thesis statement. The line, I declare I don't care no more, being a declaration of not caring. Literally, that's what this album does best in my opinion. Makes punchy, catchy pop-punk hits about feeling bored and not giving a shit about anything. Very relatable. This song is not only a great opener, but also an incredible song of itself. The riffs are tight, the vocals sound great, and Trey's drumming is on point. Speaking of the drums, this song also contains my favourite drum solo of any song ever. Whoa, this guy's good! I wonder if he'll still be the drummer in 30 years. I don't really have much more to say about Burnout, it's just an incredible opener and also one of the best Green Day songs of all time. I absolutely love it. Having a Blast is not actually a song about having a great time, as the term having a blast would suggest. No, this song is actually about a suicide bomber about to blow himself up, with that idea being used as a metaphor for Billy's anxiety of suffering a breakup, and having an outburst that's comparable to a bomb. That's actually pretty dark, not gonna lie, but also ingenious. But the thing is, unless you actually read the lyrics, this song just sounds like another fun, punchy pop-punk song that anyone can get a kick out of. And it certainly is that, but once you know the lyrics and what the song is about, it feels completely different. It's a bit like another pop-punk classic with undertones, Aliens Exist by Blink-182. At first it just sounds like Tom recounting an event from his childhood about thinking aliens were real, until you realise that Tom actually thinks aliens are real, and suddenly the song has a whole new feel to it. That's quite hard to accomplish usually. Aside from the themes of the song, the chorus of the song is also incredible, definitely one of the album's best songs to sing along to. Not really much more to say, it's just a very underrated song that I strongly recommend you check out very soon.
Alright, this song's dedicated to you then, you fuck. The song's called Chump.
If there's one common trope with Green Day, besides love or being bored out of your mind, it's songs targeted at someone you dislike, and Chump is a perfect example of that. In my opinion, Chump perfectly fits into the Green Day songs targeted at someone you dislike pantheon perfectly, right alongside songs like Take Back, Platypus, and even this album's own F.O.D. This is cemented with the song's opening lines, "I don't know you, but I think I hate you." That line alone perfectly summarises the song's overall themes and feels. Halfway through the song you get this amazing breakdown that goes on for quite a while before it transitions into the next song. Longview is one of Green Day's most popular songs, and was also the very first single they ever released, and I think that was the perfect choice. Longview really sums up everything Dookie's about: punchy riffs, tight drumming, nasally vocals, silly yet captivating lyrics, relatable subject matter, it's got it all. Longview, in the most basic sense, is a song about being bored out of your mind and masturbating to try and relieve said boredom. A very silly subject matter for sure, but don't take that as I hate this song, as in reality my opinions are anything but negative. Longview is incredible, no doubt about it. The bass line especially is incredible on this, one of Mike's best performances ever. Longview is also the longest song on Dookie with a runtime of 3 minutes 59 seconds. Literally just right. I also love the fade out on this song too. Billy's guitar ringing out while Mike and Trey keep going is so satisfying. Honestly, that's about it really. The only other thing I can mention is the music video, which was apparently recorded in the band's actual living quarters. So that's cool. Also, I really want to know if the animation cells for that dog on the TV still exist. I'd love to own one. Welcome to Paradise is one of the best Green Day songs of all time, and it's not even a Dookie song. For those not in the know, Welcome to Paradise was originally written and recorded as a track for Green Day's second album, Kerplunk, released in 1991. Later on, during the Dookie sessions, the band re-recorded 3 of their older songs: Christy Road, 4-9 Your Coffee Maker, and Welcome to Paradise. Guess which made it on the album. Honestly, not gonna lie, Welcome to Paradise has become so ingrained with Dookie and the whole Green Day lexicon that it's easy to forget that this isn't even a Dookie song at all. This song details Billy Joe Armstrong's experience with moving from his old humble town to the big city and the challenges that come along with that. The song is sort of written as if it's a letter to Billy's mother, as if he's writing to home from where he is. Evident with the song's opening lines, "Mother, can you hear me whining?
since that I have left your home.
Also, the huge breakdown at the end before the last chorus is simply incredible. Everything from the excellent bass performance to the drumming, it's all amazing. Welcome to Paradise is easily one of my favourite Green Day songs of all time, and is also one of this album's high points. Pulling Teeth, despite what the name might suggest, isn't a song about going to the dentist and getting your biters taken out because you have geek stink breath. No, this is a song about an abusive relationship. Lines like,
I'm all busted up, broken bones and nasty goods.
and
No one knows I'm locked in here, all I do is cry.
submit this point perfectly. The protagonist appears to be either inflicting violence or is the one who is enduring the violence with their partner. I'm not entirely sure. This song is more mellow compared to the other tracks, and it's a nice change of pace, and it's a nice hook so the album doesn't sound the same for too long, something I really wish more albums started doing. I really like the more toned down feel of this song. It's actually quite chill despite the subject matter being anything but. Did I mention that this song is really underrated too? Pulling Teeth is incredible and a nice change of pace that keeps the album fresh and doesn't leave the listener bored at all.
Do you have the time to listen to me whine?
Well folks, here we are. Debatably one of the biggest rock songs of all time, and possibly Green Day's biggest hit to date. Basket Case. Basket Case was written by Billy Joe during a panic attack, and the song's lyrics reflect this.
I am one of those melodramatic fools, neurotic to the bone, no doubt about it.
Specifically. Honestly though, this song has been ingrained into pop culture in such a way that what else can I even say about it? Not a lot, otherwise I'm repeating the words of other people who have also reviewed this song. All I can say is that this song might have one of the most iconic intros of all time, just Billy with a guitar singing the song's opening lines, simply iconic. And the rest of the song isn't too bad either. I know it's incredibly basic saying that Basket Case is one of my favourite Green Day songs, but it's basic for a reason. This song has had such a sheer impact on pop culture and the course of music that I can't help but love it. And yeah, I love this song for more reasons than it's popular. The song itself is absolutely incredible. It's fun, it's fast, it's great. This song was a monster hit when it released as a single back in 1994, as it was stuck onto radio stations, went platinum in multiple countries, and the music video being played on MTV on repeat for months on end. This song was truly something special. Fun fact, a demo of Basket Case was what convinced Rob Cavallo to sign the band to Reprise Records to begin with. That just goes to show us that not only is this song one of the most popular Green Day songs, but was also a primary reason as to why the band even got big to begin with. That is truly incredible. Basket Case is the Bohemian Rhapsody of pop punk. Everyone knows it, everyone knows the lyrics to it, and everyone loves it. You want to ask me questions? You want to get my phone number? You want to tell me how much my videos suck? You want to talk about anything besides my videos with me personally? Well, the Liam Faulkner official Discord server is the place for you. You sick fuck. Link to this comment or the description, whatever one I choose. Join today and talk about who knows what with me, as long as I am awake.
Time to say goodbye. I gotta say goodbye. I gotta say goodbye now. I gotta say goodbye. I'm gonna go home and get on my big wheel. I'm gonna get on my big wheel. No, I'm gonna get on my bicycle. No, I'm gonna get on my scooter. No, my scooter. No, I'm gonna get on my bicycle. I'm gonna get on my taco truck. I'm gonna get my taco truck. I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna go down the strip. I'm gonna fucking smash it up against the window. I'm gonna smash it up against the window. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna go and smash it up against one. Because I got a pit rock. I got a pit rock too. I got a pit rock. It's really cool. I got a pit rock. It's more like it's like a worry stone. It's a worry stone. You take it. You worry. You worry. You worry. You worry. You worry. You worry. You rub it. You worry. 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 You worry.
Since when did people start naming songs after pronouns? Anyway, this song is pretty good. This one has to be my second favourite bass line of the whole album, very nearly tied with Longview. It's so groovy and catchy to listen to. But aside from the instrumental, this song is also a response to a feminist poem, also called She, that Billy Joe was shown one day by his girlfriend. When he wrote this song named after the poem, she responded by dumping Billy and moving to Ecuador, later inspiring the obscure deep cut, Good Riddance Time of Your Life. This song could also be a commentary on feminism, since the original poem it was inspired from was a feminist poem. I said that 5 seconds ago, weren't you listening? I also really enjoy the chorus in this one. I can't really explain why I do, but it just hits so right. Probably a top 5 Dookie chorus for me. What else can I even really say about this song? Genuinely, I'm starting to run out of ideas at this point because the album really is that similar. It has the same 4 or 5 features in every song that make the album incredible, and I'm not sure how to describe them all without repeating myself, so we might as well move on.
This song's called Sassafras Roots, alright?
Okay, I'm gonna let you all hear a little Green Day theory of mine. Dookie has 3 songs that all follow one arc, an arc of boredom. Burnout is the start of being bored, when you literally want to do absolutely nothing, not even breathe. Longview is when you're sick of being bored and try and relieve that boredom and entertain yourself through masturbation. And Sassafras Roots is the conclusion to the arc where you accept that you're bored and invite your girlfriend or significant other over to be bored with you. I hope I'm not alone in this, as I'd love to hear your feedback on this. Anyways, Sassafras Roots itself. As I mentioned before, Sassafras Roots is yet another song about being bored. I'm starting to notice a pattern. But this time, instead of trying to get rid of the boredom like in Longview, this one is about embracing it and wasting your time. So much so that you even invite your significant other or friends to come over and waste time with you. So I guess you could say this is a love song, but it's more so a song about bonding through wasting one's time than anything. This song is a bit like Pulling Teeth in that it sounds a lot more mellow. It's more chill sounding compared to the pounding, fast-paced pop-punk songs like Burnout or Basket Case. Also the name, Sassafras Roots, is a completely meaningless term that was coined by Mike when he was, quote, head high on root beer, according to Genius Lyrics.
Smoke 'em if you got 'em.
When I Come Around is another one of Dookie's biggest hits. This song received both a music video and a single that were both massively popular. But I wouldn't exactly say the song is as big as Basket Case or Longview, but it certainly is up there. Look, I am being completely serious when I say this. When I Come Around is probably Dookie's most overplayed song, to be honest. But don't take that as I hate this song, because my actual opinions are anything but. When I Come Around is incredible. It's definitely one of the more alt-rock sounding songs compared to, say, Burnout or Welcome to Paradise. And I love it. But I won't lie, this is definitely one of Dookie's weaker moments to me. But aside from how the song sounds, what is it about? Well, When I Come Around is a song about a guy who wants to be in a casual relationship with a girl, but said girl wants something more serious. Lines like,
I'm just hoping for the moment, sneezing my back up since I get so uptight. You've been thinking about ditching me.
show that he's just out for a quick fling, but she shouldn't be so upset about it because she's been thinking about leaving him anyways. When I Come Around is one of Dookie's weaker moments for sure, but I'd still give the song a very high 9. That just goes to show how damn good this album is.
What? We have no understanding, we have no understanding. Your parents have no understanding. They sure as can understand this song. This song's called Coming Clean.
17 and strung out on confusion.
Coming Clean is my favourite song from Dookie. Let's just get that right out of the way now. It also happens to be the shortest song on Dookie at just 94 seconds in length, but man are those 94 seconds good. Coming Clean is one of Green Day's most personal hits, as the song details Billy Joe's experience with coming out as bisexual at 17, as the opening lines,
17 and strung out on confusion.
perfectly show. Which is also why the song is called Coming Clean, as it's literally about Billy Joe coming clean about his sexuality. This song is basically perfect, except that it's so short and it doesn't leave you with a whole lot. But even then, this is still Dookie's peak for me. And while I might not be bisexual myself, I've heard people of all sexualities can relate to this song and identify with it. That's actually one of the main reasons why this is my favourite song on Dookie, as the lyrics are vague enough that it just doesn't have to be about coming out as a different sexuality. It can be about just about anything you need to get off your back. That's really difficult to land with songs like this, and Billy does a great job here. Overall, I absolutely adore Coming Clean. It's an absolute banger that I think everyone should give a try, even if they themselves don't like it.
The song's called Emenius Sleepus.
First off, this is one of Dookie's most unique cuts, as it wasn't actually written by the band's frontman Billy Joe Armstrong. No, this song was actually written by the band's bassist Michael Ryan Pritchard, better known by his stage name Mike Dirnt. This song can be interpreted in two different ways. The first way is that the song is about a casual encounter with a one-time friend. Said encounter goes wrong once the protagonist sees what's become of his old friend. The second interpretation is that this song is an inner monologue. I'm not sure exactly what about, but that's what people say. My interpretation of this song, on the other hand, is this song was written by Mike about an old friend he used to know a long time ago who he remembered being really nice and caring, but then once the two meet again, the conversation slowly turns sour as Mike realizes what's become of his old friend. And I stand by mine. I'm not really sure that is what the song is about, but I personally think it is. Also, this song is quite a rare thing for Dookie. A bridge! With how much they loved abusing bridges on Insomniac and Nimrod, it's very jarring hearing barely any on Dookie. But I will say, this is a damn good bridge. I'd love to walk over it. I don't really have much more to say about Emenius Sleepus aside from the fact that the name is actually Latin for sleep with the buyer. Cool.
Alright, I want to see everybody going crazy on this next one. You ready?
Wow, I didn't know Green Day liked Linkin Park. Obligatory Indian joke, over. In the End is really underrated in my opinion. I wouldn't exactly call it one of Dookie's high points, but it's definitely not up to snuff with Welcome to Paradise or Basket Case. This would belong in the same tier as songs like When I Come Around and Chump. They would get along well there. Anyways, In the End is a song written by Billy Joe about his mother dating another guy after his father's death, and how he was getting sick of seeing him and other men she dated. Billy later stated in an interview with GeekStinkBreath.net, quote, "That song is about my mother's husband. It's not really about a girl or anyone directly related to me in a relationship. In the End's about my mother." This song is much more fast-paced compared to the rest of Dookie, seeming almost bouncy with its rhythm. And no, this song doesn't have any rapping, no electronics, or anything Linkin Park does. I'm getting so sick of having to specifically type In the End Green Day into my search bar because all the results are flooded with Linkin Park. No hate to Linkin Park themselves, but I just want to hear Green Day, okay? Jeez. All I can really say about this song is that it's really catchy, and I love the breakdown in the middle. That alone turns the song from pretty good to really good. And that's pretty much all. One more track to go, everyone. Let's see how they close this thing out.
Sweet Home Chicago.
Something's on my mind. It's been for quite some time.
F.O.D is one of the more angrier songs on Dookie, but you wouldn't notice that at first. The song begins rather uniquely with an acoustic guitar and Billy by himself singing about something on his mind. The song continues to have this softer feel until it eventually kicks into high gear and becomes possibly Dookie's heaviest cut. F.O.D, an acronym for Fuck Off and Die, is yet another one of Green Day's many hate songs. Examples include Chump, Platypus I Hate You, Take Back, and Loss of Control. And this one is probably the most hate-fueled out of all of them. I mean, just look at these lyrics, they pretty much say it all. And eventually, after a few more repeats of the chorus, Billy's guitar rings out as the album comes to an end. In my opinion, Dookie is not only Green Day's magnum opus, but also one of the best rock albums of all time. Every track is a treat, every riff is catchy as hell, the whole album is just full of some of the best pop punk you'll ever hear. Dookie might not be my favourite album of all time, but it certainly is one of my favourite albums. It's a spectacular, immaculate, impressively solid experience that I think everyone should have at least once in their lives. Not only is this album one of the best rock albums of all time, but it also happens to be one of the most important. I call this the Nevermind effect, where an album becomes so influential in its genre that every album following takes something from it. For grunge, that's Nevermind. For hip hop, there's millions of albums that could be that. But for pop punk specifically, Dookie is the nevermind of the genre. Most big pop punk acts of the 2000s, Blink-182, Sum 41 and many others owe a lot to Dookie. On top of that, Dookie spawned 5 hit singles and became the highest selling punk record of all time, on top of also being Green Day's highest selling album to date, having sold 20 million copies as of 2013. And I'm willing to bet has almost certainly reached 25 million now, especially thanks to the album's 30th anniversary reissue in 2023. I mean, what else is there to even say about Dookie anymore? This record kicks so much ass, I'm actually kinda pissed off with how good it is. And in case you're wondering if this album is a 10 out of 10, of course it is. What would anything else? Why would it be anything else? And that's the review. Psych! After F.O.D. finishes, if you let the CD spin for the extra 2 minutes, you'll get to hear a secret song known as All By Myself, written and performed by the band's drummer, Trey Cool. All By Myself is a silly song to say the least, as it was written by Trey about an incident that happened when he was a young boy. You know what? I can't give this justice, so I'll just let the man himself explain.
Okay, so I had headphones on, and I had a pair of girls' underwear over my eyes, and I was masturbating in my room, and when I finished, my dinner was at the foot of my bed. My mom had come and put my dinner at the foot of my bed, and so I wrote her this song.
Yeah. Cool story, bro. One thing I love about this song is that it's very human feeling. What I mean is, Trey appears to be almost whispering the lyrics to the song, and if you listen very closely, you can hear Billy and Mike losing it in the background. Nothing short of adorable. And now that's it! For real this time. I could seriously go on forever and ever about why this album is so damn good, but I've wasted enough of your time, so I'll get going. Thanks a lot for watching and getting me to 500 subscribers too. You're a real help to me, and I love knowing that people watch and enjoy my videos. So, thanks a lot to everybody who helped me get this far, and thank you specifically. Catch you later, guys.